Atlantic City, New Jersey. Boardwalk Hall, March 21st, 1993. Friday night, 9:45 in the evening. The air backstage is thick with cigarette smoke and the smell of liniment. Tommy Morrison sits alone in locker room number 7, wrapping his hands with white athletic tape. His knuckles are already swollen from the afternoon workout. His face is calm, focused, the face of a man who has done this 100 times before. He is 23 years old, 6 feet 2 inches tall, 220 pounds of raw power and devastating speed. He holds a record of 35 wins, 1 loss. He is the WBO heavyweight champion of the world. He is young, hungry, and according to every sports analyst in America, he is the future of boxing. Tonight, he is scheduled to defend his title against Tim Tomaszek, a journeyman fighter from Cleveland with a record of 18 wins, 12 losses. On paper, this is not a competitive fight. This is a showcase. This is Tommy Morrison doing what he does best, dismantling opponents with his left hook and moving one step closer to the super fight everyone wants to see. Tommy Morrison versus Lennox Lewis for the undisputed championship. But tonight is not going to go according to plan. The door to the locker room opens. Tommy does not look up. He assumes it is his trainer coming to check on him, to give him the usual pep talk about staying focused, about not underestimating his opponent, about protecting his chin. But the footsteps are wrong. Too many of them. Too heavy. Too deliberate. Tommy looks up. 3 men stand in the doorway. They are not part of his team. They are wearing expensive suits, dark wool, perfectly tailored. Their shoes are polished leather, the kind that costs more than most people make in a month. The man in the center is older, maybe 60, with silver hair slicked back and a face that has seen things, done things, survived things. His eyes are cold, calculating. He closes the door behind him. The 2 men on either side are younger, broader, their jackets bulging slightly at the chest. They do not say anything. They do not need to. Their presence says everything. Tommy stops wrapping his hands. He knows who these men are. Not their names, not specifically, but he knows what they represent. He has heard the stories. Every fighter has. The whispers about fights that are decided before the first bell rings. The rumors about money changing hands in hotel rooms and parking garages. The legends about fighters who said no and paid the price. The older man smiles. It is not a friendly smile. It is the smile of a man who is used to getting what he wants. "Mr. Morrison," he says. His voice is smooth, almost gentle. "You have a big fight tonight." Tommy does not respond. He watches. The man walks further into the room, his hands clasped behind his back, like a professor giving a lecture. "We have been watching your career with great interest. You are very talented, very impressive. You have a bright future ahead of you. A very bright future." He pauses, lets the words hang in the air. Tommy knows what is coming. He has known since the moment these men walked through the door. The man continues, "Tonight, you are fighting Tim Tomaszek, a nobody, a bum. You are going to win. Everyone knows you are going to win. The odds are 15-1 in your favor. Nobody is betting on Tomaszek. Nobody except us." Tommy feels his chest tighten. The man stops walking, turns to face him directly. "You are going to lose tonight. Not badly. Not in a way that looks suspicious. You are going to take him the distance. All 12 rounds. You are going to make it look competitive. And in the final round, you are going to get careless. You are going to drop your guard. And Tomaszek is going to land a clean shot. The judges are going to score it for him. Split decision. Very close. Very believable. You understand? Tommy stares at him. His mind is racing. This is not a request. This is not a negotiation. This is an order. The man reaches into his jacket pocket. Tommy tenses, ready to move, but the man pulls out a plain white envelope. He sets it on the bench beside Tommy. $50,000. Cash. Yours tonight, after the fight. You lose. You walk out of here with more money than you would make in 3 title defenses. You keep your belt eventually. We will make sure of that. This is just one night. One small favor. Nobody gets hurt. Tommy looks at the envelope. $50,000. More money than he has ever seen at one time. Enough to pay off debts, to take care of his family, to buy himself some breathing room. He thinks about his daughter. He thinks about the bills piling up. He thinks about how hard he has worked, how many punches he has taken, how many mornings he has woken up with his body screaming in pain. One night, one loss, $50,000. The man's smile widens. He thinks Tommy is going to say yes. Everyone says yes. The 2 younger men shift slightly, their hands moving toward their jackets. A reminder, a subtle threat. If you are thinking about doing something stupid, the man says, his voice dropping lower, let me explain what happens. You go to the police, nobody believes you. You have no proof. We were never here. You try to fight anyway. You try to win anyway. Then we have a problem. And when we have a problem, Mr. Morrison, we solve it. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. But eventually. Maybe your trainer has an accident. Maybe your daughter's school has a gas leak. Maybe you lose in ways that have nothing to do with boxing. Do we understand each other? Tommy looks at the envelope. Then he looks at the man. Then he does something that surprises everyone in the room. He picks up the envelope, stands up, walks to the man, and hands it back to him. I am not losing, Tommy says. His voice is steady, calm. I am going out there, and I am knocking Tim Tomaszek out. And when I am done, I am going to call every reporter, every journalist, every camera crew I can find, and I am going to tell them exactly what happened in this locker room tonight. The room goes silent. The man's smile disappears. His eyes narrow. The 2 younger men take a step forward. You are making a very big mistake, the man says quietly. Maybe, Tommy replies, but it is my mistake to make. For 5 seconds, nobody moves. The tension is suffocating. Tommy knows he has just gambled everything. His career, his safety, possibly his life. But he also knows something these men do not. He knows that fear is a weapon. And the moment you let someone else hold that weapon, you have already lost. The man turns to leave. He stops at the door, looks back. You have 30 minutes until fight time, he says. Use them to say goodbye to your career. The door closes. Tommy is alone again. His hands are shaking. Not from fear, from adrenaline, from the realization that he has just declared war on people who do not lose wars. But he is not backing down. He finishes wrapping his hands. His trainer walks in 10 minutes later, notices something is wrong. You okay, champ? Tommy nods. Never better. Let's go win a fight. 30 minutes later, Tommy Morrison walks down the aisle toward the ring. The crowd is electric. 15,000 people screaming, chanting his name. He climbs through the ropes. Tim Tomaszek is already in the opposite corner, looking nervous, looking like a man who knows he is outmatched. The referee calls them to the center. Standard instructions. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. The bell rings. Round 1 begins. Tommy comes out aggressive. He throws a jab, a right hand, a left hook. Tomaszek backs up, covers up, survives the first exchange. The fight continues. Round 2, round 3, round 4. Tommy is winning every round. His punches are sharp, fast, powerful. Tomaszek is tough, resilient, but he is not in the same class. By round 7, it is clear this fight is going exactly as everyone predicted. Tommy Morrison is dominating. But something is wrong. Tommy feels it between rounds, a pressure in his chest, a tightness in his lungs. He tells his trainer he is fine, but he is not fine. By round 9, his vision is blurring. His legs feel heavy. His punches are slowing down. The crowd is confused. What is happening? Why is Morrison fading? Tomaszek, sensing an opportunity, starts pressing forward. He throws a right hand. It lands clean on Tommy's jaw. Tommy stumbles back. The crowd gasps. Round 10. Tommy is in trouble. He can barely lift his arms. His trainer is screaming at him to move, to clinch, to survive. Tomaszek lands another punch, then another. Tommy goes down. The referee starts counting. 1, 2, 3. Tommy pulls himself up at 8. The bell rings. He makes it back to his corner. His trainer is panicking. "What is wrong with you? Talk to me." Tommy tries to speak, but cannot form words. His body is shutting down. The ringside doctor is called. He checks Tommy's eyes, his pulse, his breathing. He makes a decision. This fight is over. He waves his arms. The referee stops the fight. Technical knockout. Round 10. Tim Tomaszek wins by TKO. The crowd erupts in confusion. Nobody understands what just happened. Tommy Morrison, the undefeated champion, just lost to a journeyman. The upset of the year. The sports world explodes. Analysts scramble to explain it. Was Tommy injured? Was he sick? Did he underestimate his opponent? But Tommy knows the truth. And 48 hours later, the world knows the truth. Tommy Morrison holds a press conference. He tells the entire story. The men in the locker room, the envelope, the threat, the demand to lose. And then he reveals the final piece. He agreed to medical tests after the fight, blood tests, toxicology screens. The results came back positive for a sedative, a drug designed to slow reflexes, to cause fatigue, to impair performance. Someone spiked his water bottle. Someone, presumably working for the men who visited him, poisoned him to guarantee the outcome they wanted. The story goes national. Federal investigators get involved. The New Jersey State Athletic Commission launches an inquiry. Within a week, 3 arrests are made. Mid-level enforcers for a Philadelphia-based organized crime family. They were caught because one of them was stupid enough to brag about it in a wiretapped phone conversation. The plan collapsed. Not because Tommy fought back, not because he won, but because he refused to stay silent. Because he told the truth, even when telling the truth meant admitting he lost. The fight result is overturned. Tommy Morrison is reinstated as champion, but the damage is done. His body took a beating. His reputation took a hit. And the fear never fully goes away. For the rest of his career, Tommy Morrison fights with the knowledge that somewhere, someone is watching. Someone is waiting. Someone remembers the fighter who said no. But he also fights with the knowledge that he stood up when it mattered. That he chose honor over money. That he refused to let fear dictate his life. Years later, when people ask Tommy Morrison about that night in Atlantic City, he tells them the same thing. I lost the fight, but I won something more important. I kept my soul, and nobody can ever take that from me.